Once upon a time, two boys grew up playing hockey in the village of Terrace, British Columbia. One of them went on to play in the National Hockey League. The other became a comedian. Now, one flies planes and coaches youth hockey. The other is still a comedian and owns news skates. This is their podcast, Enjoying Orange Slices with Jeff and Ian.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Enjoying Orange Slices with Jeff and Ian. Hello, Jeff.
Hello, Ian. How are you? What's going on?
For second week in a row, we've recorded at the same time on the same day.
Andy Collins.
For the Enjoying Slices.
Yeah, he will be so proud. He won't have to wait his usual 6 to 8 weeks in between. We're actually on a bit of a roll here, coming out of the Christmas holidays. Kind of got us going, and then
Joy to the world.
Yeah, we're going now. We got some good traction. We got Doug McLean. We had Marty on, Alec Martinez, and hey,
we have
talk
coming up.
Yeah,
We have some
do
people.
you recall any of those guys?
I recall those guys, but we don't have Jamie Hirsch is coming on.
Yeah, Jamie Hirsch is. Well, you told me never to spoil what's coming, but Jamie Hirsch, not this week, but she's coming soon. And
don't tell them when. Don't tell them when. Just say it's coming up.
I said soon. Soon could be, what's soon to you?
I don't know. This afternoon.
We're gonna do one this morning, and then we're gonna get Jamie this afternoon.
Hold on, let me make sure my eyes are doing well.
Oh yeah, that's right. Is this a self-care segment?
This is how to. Jeff's on TV, so I'm making fun of you. Oh my God,
that's unbelievable. Okay, you took me down.
I got to tell this story. So I get a message on Instagram. How do you know Rod Buskus? And I'm just like, I know him through my friend Jeff. You know Jeff? How do you know Jeff? I'm like, who is this person, right? And I used to go to the Thunder games when I was 16, 17, 14 years old, and it was the best time in the world. And they were the biggest stars on the team. I have a photo. I have a photo with them, and she goes, I date a comedian. She goes, my world's coming together, comedians and hockey players. She was so happy. It was unbelievable. But then I go, well, I need to see this photo. She sends the photo, and the first thing she says, you got to let them know I know how to do my makeup now.
Well, I don't, and I don't think makeup's going to help. But you know what? She was looking really good without makeup. And then when you sent it to me, the way it was sent, I thought, well, when she said she knows how to do makeup, and I'm like, makeup isn't going to help this program.
That's so funny. You thought it was for you. She's trying to sell you makeup for when you're on the show.
It's funny you bring that up because nice segue into last weekend was Thunder Night for the Henderson Silver Knights versus the Tucson Roadrunners. And that goes all the way back to when we used to play in the mighty IHL, Las Vegas Thunder. They were in Phoenix and the Roadrunners. And so Lee's Family Forum talked about it a few times in Henderson, just a stone's throw from T-Mobile and downtown on the Strip in Las Vegas, Nevada. Great crowd, almost a packed house for Thunder Night, and we had a bunch of the alumni there.
How many of the alumni showed up?
Well, I think we had probably 10 or 12, and we'd like to grow it. So if Thunder alumni, I know you guys might not tell your friends you listen to Orange Slices, but get a hold of me, and we want all the Thunder alumni to be a part of this. Because
we're looking for who? Tell us some of the Thunder that we should be looking for, just in case somebody knows that person.
Oh, okay. Well, we Radek Bonk. We'd love to have Radek come back because Radek came in and played as a 17 or 18-year-old, was drafted, I think, third overall in the NHL draft. His year went on to have a great career. Curtis Joseph came down for a cup of coffee with us. Peter Ing, who I am in contact with. Inger, we'll get back and love to have you come. Let's see. Jim Kite, Andrew McBain, his boy Jack plays in Utah now. Jack, really, really big, strong guy that plays for them. And there's a bunch of guys. Todd Richards, I don't know if Todd he was coaching. John Mark Richard, Patty Lefebvre, who I keep in touch with, who was one of the all-time great players in the International Hockey League, would play unbelievable in today's game. I try and think of who he's kind of a little bit of Kucherov in him. That's the kind of player he was.
Interesting.
Yeah, he could have that puck on a string, and Kucherov gets a little surly out there once in a while, kind of like Draisaitl does. He gets a little pissed off, and Patty had that in his game. Great player. And we'd love to get Ken Quinney to come out, but Quinner lives in Vegas and he can't make it, so I don't know what happened there. Hey, Quinner, come on, Quinner, tighten it up. But who we did have, we had Darren Banks was there, Randy Burridge, uh, great guys. Busky was there, Rod Buskus, the captain, Rod
He's got nothing
Buskus.
but time.
Oh yeah, he's like I cleared my schedule out. We had let's see, we had Turk, our Zamboni driver, and
No way.
they all gave me a hard time about how. But Turk's awesome. He would wear any costume you gave him on that Zamboni, and he was part of the whole deal. So Turk was there, most famous Zamboni driver maybe ever.
Was Barry Melrose a coach there for a bit?
No, Barry was never with us. Barry was in the American League, and then our coaches were Butch Goring, Chris McSorley, and of course Strummer, Bob Strum. We'll have Strummer on one day too. So Strummer was the president GM, and then he was coach of the team as well. So we're all indebted to Strummer because none of us would have been there without him. And
Chris
then
McSorley, Marty McSorley's brother?
yeah, Marty's. Yeah, Chris hell of a coach. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
in Switzerland now, I believe, but Chris was he knew his X's and O's. And then the Hammer, Bob the Hammer Fleming, never played, but he was Chris's line mate, and he's got a bar in Vegas called Hammer's Bar and Grill in Henderson, and we'd love to have Hammer come out. He couldn't make it, but him and Chris used to play together, so we always have stories of those two telling about each other. Because Chris was crazy on the ice too, right? Like
Right.
he was crazier than Marty was.
That's really
So
funny.
yeah,
That's funny. They're crazy. You know what's funny? You said X's and O's. You know what? He knew his X's and O's. For a guy that was girl crazy on the team, he knew his X's and O's.
he's just making yourself have a little funny there. You roll your eyes out, and the next thing you know, you're like, I've got a good one. Um, what we should do is put the Orange Slices emblem on those and sell those as
Tell 'em.
merch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just trying to get people.
Anybody want your Orange Slices eye rollers? Ian's got the first one ever made.
Bring down your puffs after a good night and a good night. Oh my God.
Hey, so we had Busky, Pokey was there, Pokey Reddick.
No way.
Yeah, Poke's awesome. Poke looks exactly the same as he did the rest, and so does Busky. I mean, uh, Gordy Mark, great friend of the. We haven't. I don't think we've ever had Gordy on. We should have him on. He is one of the top coaches. He's got a U16 girls team that's very, very good, and should be nationally ranked as far as ability, double A, I believe. And let's see. Oh, and then the Cowboy. We've had him on. We got to have him on again. Is Clint, the Cowboy, all red, Clint Malarchuk. And we had so much fun with him. I'm
So what did you guys
missing
do?
somebody, and I apologize, but
Did you guys have a dinner and then do it, or just
no.
meet up
So
at the? What'd you guys do?
okay, so some of the guys, like most of us live in town, right? So it's easy for us to get over there. Clint came in. Clint's in northern Nevada, up on the Canuck Ranch, and so he came in. And so we met just before the game. They in the HSK had two suites for us, which was awesome. Great food, and so Clint came out and dropped the puck. And that was awesome because he's such a character with his cowboy hat on.
I was gonna say, came right out with a horse.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, that was part of his signing bonus, I think, in Vegas back in the day. Is he told Strummer he'd sign, but Strummer would have to buy him a horse.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah. It was the Wild West, man. Like it was crazy, and so you would not believe all the people in stands with Thunder jerseys and Thunder stuff on, and then we went down and had kind of a meet and greet in between the first and second period, and I mean we didn't get back up to watch the second period till the 10-minute mark. We just visiting and talking with people that made time for us, which we obviously really appreciate, and it was a big impact on the community, and really, as I look back now, as you see the Golden Knights and the Silver Knights and what their impact in the minor hockey, it's kind of fun to, history judges us all, and I think the Las Vegas Thunder and the connection with Vegas is great history. So
Well, that's where it starts, right?
yeah.
You don't really have the Golden Knights without, because so guys started coming to Vegas, playing and then enjoying Vegas, and they would spend their summers up in where was it? Like Idaho? Where were they all staying?
Well, like some of them, like Darcy Lohan, like Darce has just moved out of Vegas. Darce is back to his cowboy roots too. But so they would be
What?
like, some of them lived up in Idaho, some of them were in Alberta. Like, I mean, a lot of them. But like guy like Clint, he had his farm. He had a farm. Like we'd go and
Yeah.
ride horses. We'd do
Wh-
barrel
Where's that?
racing out with Clint. That was
Where's that area up there that they were like Rod had a place up there and a couple other guys had a place up there around the lake. Where was that? What that?
Yeah. So anybody that knows Vegas, where the Santa Fe Casino was, there used to be nothing. The Santa Fe Casino had a rink in it, and there was nothing around there. So everyone had 5, 10, 15, 20 acre lots of land. Now it's all kind of growing in. And that's where a lot of the guys lived, is out on the
But in the
Northwest. Yeah.
in the summer they go up to like Idaho or North Dakota.
Oh, you like Montana. Some of the guys would
Yeah,
go up to
Montana.
like, yeah, up to
Whereas
Whitefish and
where
Kalispell.
hockey players started hanging out with Bill Foley, and
Yeah.
Bill Foley ends up liking the guys that play hockey, and they somehow talk him into buying a hockey team, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
So
how it all
yeah.
starts.
Yeah, you think back, like Busky and all the guys go up to Montana for the summer. So that kind of goes like, uh, another name that was part of the original VGK was Murray Craven. Murray knows
Right.
Mr. Foley, and just kind of talk over years. And of course, if you Google Bill Foley, I mean, this guy,
Done okay
he's
for himself.
yeah, he knows how to get it done. And so he was able to, build a relationship with the NHL, which was Gary Bettman and Bill Daly and so on. And people would ask me, and we talked about this before, where the hockey would work in Vegas, and it's like 100% it'd work. And and then what they've done since is it's crazy. But yeah,
Crazy.
it all started, and now that they bought in for what, 500 million, and now if you're looking at an NHL team, you're probably
He's
looking at a
made his money
billion.
back plus a little bit.
Oh yeah, they've done great. So, and it's been good for the league, right? Because there's a lot of buzz created always with Vegas, so it's good. And talking about the league, there's a lot of good with the league right now. A lot of people said parity would be a problem, but I don't know. You got to be pretty excited if you're in San Jose or Chicago or Anaheim these days, right?
Pretty it's that rebuild. The rebuilds are coming to the roosters are coming to roost is what it is, right? Is that what
Yeah,
they say? Because
yeah.
it's these young teams are looking great right now. My God, and some I don't know. It's up and down every night. Like Vegas, you guys went in, had a big one in Toronto, and then went into Ottawa and went for a skate on the canal.
I know. I was like, I did 3 games, well, last week, and the first one was in Boston, and Boston came out and just was flying. And I'm like, well, this is going to be tough, because I think it was 4-3 nothing after the first period, and Schmidt had to make like 2 Hall of Fame saves at the end of the first period to keep it at 3, and Boston got up to 4-0, and Vegas came back and made it a fun game, so it was easier to talk about. Toronto was all crazy. Toronto. It's funny with Mitch Marner, and there's not a lot of games like this in a year, but even doing the game, I can see in Toronto where, and Montreal, the press is all over them too, but I can see in Toronto or certain markets where it gets exhausting after a while. Like I felt like the lead up to the Mitch Marner return to Toronto, how could the game reach like the fevered pitch that was going on outside of the game? And the game had its moments, but Vegas came out really like, and really kind of established things early on, and Toronto was playing catch up. But when I went home from that game, I felt like it felt like a playoff game, like where there was so much energy put into it, and
Mm.
then in the playoffs you get a day off, and then you have to refine that level. And when the Golden Knights went to Ottawa, Ottawa found that level in Vegas. Like you said, they never got off the canal. Like they never, that was probably one of the worst games I've seen them play. And they haven't had too many of them in 9 years. So you look and
Surprised
you
once you didn't
go,
bag skate him on the canal afterwards.
I'm surprised they didn't have to come back out like we had to a few times in our gear after a bad game. But I look at it and, you know, Ottawa, I have no idea. I guess goaltending's been a bit of an issue for them. But if you watched Ottawa play against Vegas, you're like, how's this team not in the playoffs? Like they were
Ottawa,
flying. So,
Ottawa's a little skitsy. They're a
yeah.
little skitsy. Sometimes they're just you think, oh, doing incredible, and other times you think, huh, all right, I guess they're in the league.
Well, and you know, you think about how close the connections in hockey, and I'll talk about Ottawa for a second. Travis Green, who I played with, and I really like Greeny as a coach. Well, Strummer had Greeny as a kid in junior, so their relationship, you know, like I've known Strummer since I was in minor hockey as well. Like when we go to these big tournaments, you meet these guys, and but he watches a team, and we were talking about Ottawa, and they were getting ready to play him. He goes, you know. He goes, I think they're better than, you know, they've had some tough breaks. And then if you don't watch Ottawa very often, you watch them play that night, you're like, yeah, they are pretty damn good. So it's one of those things in NHL, you're like, oh, you don't blow it off on Mitch Marner, blow it off in this and that. But I think what ends up happening is because now the season's compressed so much because of the Olympics, is if you can get a team on an off night and you can extend the lead on them, man, you can really lean on them. And you see some really crooked numbers put up for scores. Like, didn't someone, I think Ottawa or someone got 10 on the Rangers. You see 8 in a game. You know, the Ottawa got 7 on Vegas the other night. So,
Buffalo got 7 on Toronto last night.
yeah, Buffalo can score. And so,
That's another one that's not another one
yeah.
that's coming out to play is Buffalo all of a sudden. Kevin Adams must be a little annoyed that he's put all that work into the team and they fire him and now that's it. Like nothing's changed, but they're winning now. You're like, okay, I guess I did nothing.
Yeah. Well, you know, what's funny is, yeah, he's got to feel pretty good, but pretty
But
bad
that's
at the
what gets you
same
your
time.
next job, right?
Well, the thing was too is like if you look at Buffalo and we're happy for them because you know what? First of
Best
all, they
logo
got
in the room. That's best.
great. I'm not even gonna talk about. We're just like the best unis. They
Yeah.
do. I love, but it's good to see them playing well. But they got on a 3 or 4 game winning streak and they fired them. And then they're like, well, that's not good enough. Like they were 18-2-1 or something in
Hmm.
the last 21 games. It is, or maybe it's 18-3-1, but it was something insane. And it's good to see. And yeah, if you're Kevin Adams, you're like, hey,
Somebody,
you couldn't have
somebody,
waited a week or so
uh,
and let me hang around.
that
But
is. You know what that is though? Somebody got in the owner's ear.
yeah, well, you
Which is
know,
funny because they kept him around. Adams, they were trying to fire him for years,
hmm
right? And then
hmm
they were trying to fire him when they really should have.
yeah.
And then when like, oh, things are going right, they're like, don't think you should be here for this.
Yeah. Hey, this is too much prosperity. We got hang on a sec. Someone's got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your
it's
blood pressure's down. It's time for it to go back up again.
I know. I don't pretend to know. Sometimes it's a tough racket, but there's some of the teams that we've been used to seeing kind of trading people away are now acquiring people, and we got Buffalo. How about the Islanders? There's another team, right?
Mhm.
And it have you in your vast history of watching hockey and knowledge, have you ever seen one player come in and be able to affect organize like these guys are coming in like quarterback, a good quarterback in football or a good pitcher in baseball and totally switching the narrative. It like that Schaefer,
I would
Celebrini, Bedard's got it going
Celebrini,
now.
there's a couple of them in San Jose. There's a couple of them that have changed that whole thing. I can't remember. I'm blank. He's got
Smith is
a
one of them.
Will
Yeah, he
Smith,
was
right?
injured, but
And
yeah.
then but there's somebody else. They're all hanging together and it's changing the culture that.
Hmm.
But what's his face in Long Island? He completely changed that team by himself. Like that
Yeah.
kid Schaefer,
Yeah.
like by himself, like and at 18 years old.
It's insane. It's insane. And so I think a tip of the hat. has to go to obviously the player first, right? Because they're the person out there, but the people around them and the parents or whoever it is that's part of their makeup, you have to tip your hat to, because the resources are being allocated uh, towards these kids in the right areas because they're ready to go. They're more ready to come in and play. It's shocking to me that this kid can't even buy a beer in Vancouver, never mind anywhere in the States. He's legal in Alberta now where it's 18 years old. But I mean, he's not, this kid's 18 years old. I mean, there's 18-year-olds getting ready to graduate high school. This guy's turning NHL games on their head in a multi-billion-dollar industry. I mean, the whole thing is so good for the Islanders. It's good for hockey, and it just goes to show you what's possible. And it blows me away. And Celebrini is another one who just will not be denied. Leo Carlson down in Anaheim, even though he's injured, there's another guy that's it's moving the needle. Yeah, pretty crazy.
I'm going tomorrow. I'm flying up to Edmonton. I don't have a show tomorrow night. I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but I'm going San Jose, Edmonton tomorrow.
Nice. So I thought you were going up early to get your Gore-Tex, get your winter gear a day early.
Get my
Go
long.
over to Winners, go over to Winners and get yourself a scarf. Mark's Workwear World.
I try to say something cool and you take me down when I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait.
That'll be like a track meet. And you know the fun thing about
Randy
those two
Hans
teams?
invited me up to the booth, so I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna take
Randy. That's another guy we haven't talked to, and I love his calls this year. Like Honor, you got to give him credit because it's been tough in San Jose. Now
Yes.
they get going. I mean,
he was almost Brockmeyer for a while. It was so so bad there. And
yeah. So yeah, Honor's awesome. In one of my favorite play-by-play people in the league. But look at San Jose. I mean, they just smoked Vancouver last night, and I wouldn't be surprised if Edmonton San Jose is like 9-8. That'll be a fun game.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Okay, I got a question.
Okay.
Um when did oh my God, I'm blanking on the term. When did the next gen or when did this come back to me later? Forget it.
Well, we did talk about we have to get to at least 45 minutes today, so that was pretty good. I mean, we're not going to get that 45
I've had it on my head.
but
I've had it on my head since yesterday. I'm like, and then I forget it right now. I'm like, oh my God, I'm season up.
okay, well, let's talk about we'll go back and we'll talk about the kids coming. And then I'll just talk a little bit about like we're talking about kids impacting the game. So I'll talk about American League for a second and some of the kids that are like, for example, Tucson is Utah's farm team. Well, you see a lot of these kids that some of them that started the year in the NHL. Shimashev, I think is his name, big defenseman, high pick. They got some high picks down there in Tucson, and it's kind of fun to watch these kids kind of work their way to the NHL. Henderson's got some young guys. They get this one kid in Henderson, Uronin, that shoots the puck as hard as I've ever. You know, his release reminds me of Brett Hall.
Really?
And that's pretty lofty, right? Like in Holly, we're not trying to say that Thomas Uronin's Brett Hall, but that's how hard he shoots the puck and how quick. And the one thing that I always was amazed with Brett Hall is he could, if you thought he might shoot, it was already by you. Like he was like so quick at his release, which obviously his dad was known for as well. But I think Uronin scored 2 goals, and he wristed it, and the goalie the goalie, when he heard the clink off the post and in, that's when he reacted. Like so not only are these guys unbelievable athletes, but they're shooting the puck harder than I mean, it just, I don't know where it ends, but
Well,
anyways.
Thompson taking it right in the bean yesterday, right in the middle. I'm just like, and that puck was moving.
Well, and you know what the thing about it is Washington kind of took it in the bean in Vancouver and Seattle.
Yeah.
Like that's what happens though. You know, you get on these road trips and you don't get a bounce. Like Washington goes up 2-0 on Vancouver and end up getting just beat down the rest of the game. They go into Seattle and Seattle just bootlegs them. But everyone in Seattle is so fired up right now with the Seahawks being in the Super Bowl. I think that energy in the city it's transferable to the other teams, and you saw it last night with the Kraken. Not that they haven't had a good year, but I think the energy and the people are so like fired up in that city that a game in the middle of Tuesday night in January all of a sudden is like
Yeah.
Saturday night, in the end of May in the playoffs, right? So
Yeah. And Grubauer started his movement from Washington, right? He
yeah, so Group R went, I think it was Washington, Colorado, and then
and
Seattle,
then
if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So he you could tell he wanted to win that game, and it was winning. He was winning, and of course Ovi just cranks that puck and scores. I was like, oh, just that guy's stupid good. Just so more gray in his beard than mine. I mean, and totally Russian. He may have been born in the 70s. He may have been born in the 80s. Nobody knows.
Hey, Ovi could be like, yeah, like if he was in the airline business, he would have maybe had his mandatory retirement already. You don't know, right? They were like, Ovi, you need to, but he just keeps going on. The guy's a freak of nature. Like it's insane. Like what's Austin Matthews got for comparable? So he got is Austin Matthews who's got 600 goals? Is it Crosby or Stamkos? Stamkos, I think, just scored 600 goal. Steven Stamkos is a sniper. Ovi's got 300 more than he does.
How about Pittsburgh coming to life?
There's another team, but you know what? They didn't have the young guys. They had those superstars. The old guard said, "Hey, we're not going anywhere. We're not. You're not
Just
trading our team away."
I picked two throwaway goalies and turned them into superstars. It's they're doing well. Crosby, Malkin, and who's the defenseman, French defenseman,
Oh, Letang.
Bang, 1,000 games together
Yeah,
the other
yeah.
night.
You just tip your hat to that.
Nobody
You
keeps
you
guys together that long.
you watch like those guys. Crosby and Malkin get a lot of the press. You watch Letang play, like you know what? He's greasy. He's been around a long
Guy's had a
time.
stroke.
Yeah, and he's still
He's
like, yeah.
had a stroke.
he's he is like that guy. I always enjoy watching him play, and he they kind of it's a little bit of a high wire act back there sometimes with him and EK65.
Oh
Can't
yeah.
believe Mallard didn't just chime in and join the call because I called him EK65, and every time he does
Just to
that he
complain.
snaps. But like those guys are, yeah, you don't know him. No, I don't know him, but everyone else calls him EK65, so I think that's okay.
I'm pretty
Um,
sure his buddies don't call him that.
yeah. What do you think they
That's
call him?
the difference. I'm sure they call him Eric or something like, or, or
I'm guessing his
I'm
nickname's
sure they
probably
call him
Carly.
Sexy Man.
Yeah.
Hey, Sexy Man.
You know what they call him is Jack Sparrow.
That's funny. Hey, pirate, pass me the puck.
But yeah, they've done good, and I think what they've done in Pittsburgh this year is they've toned it down little toned down that high wire act a bit, and then Stuart Skinner all of a sudden came over from Edmonton, and he's a brick wall in there.
I think Stuart Skinner really needed to get away from Edmonton. Like they've killed a lot of goalies there. It's a goalie killing town. Ugh. Mm.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough because you've got so much high end in Edmonton, so it's kind of like there's a lot of pressure on the goaltender to kind of make saves he's supposed to, and a bunch that he's not some nights, and it's tough. And Skinner grew up there, and you'll see that a lot. I
And
think.
when everybody knows where you live, it's a little different, you know.
Well, and I think a
To live
lot
with
of
his parents.
yeah, he's like we know where he is. He's right across from E.T. Kenny Elementary School. Um, uh,
K65 high school.
K65. I think a lot of players, so when they move on to another place, there's an adrenaline and kind of, and Skinner seems to be where,
Danger
that's what's
scenery.
happened. Yeah. It's not, he's not the only one. There's lots. And I really hope the guy, I hope he can just reach his potential of what, they kept on thinking he could do in Edmonton, because one thing I'll give him credit for, he's always there available for an interview. He's always there willing to talk. Maybe, in some cases, maybe too much because he was so accessible. And sometimes that can work against you, right? Because people
Mhm.
put a narrative out there on you. But yeah, it's good to see. And who doesn't pull for Sidney
Haters love to
Crosby?
hate.
Yeah.
Haters love to hate. Okay, here's my question.
Okay.
So I was listening to a podcast the other day. I won't mention what it's called.
Was
32,000.
it the fifth most popular podcast in Australia by any chance?
Ours? Was it ours? Was I listening to it? I
Were you
listened
listening to it?
but they said modern day hockey starts in 2016. When do you think modern day hockey starts?
Wow. That's a great, you just throw a number out there. I think it's
I was shocked and surprised. I was like,
10 years ago.
that seems like I would think it would you would say 2000 maybe. That's when really the game it becomes more modern.
Hmm. Okay. Well, if something's
Maybe
all,
I don't even question. I asked you, but I don't think it. I was like shocked that it was 2016.
well, that's okay. You can answer your own question.
Shut up. Listen to me. Hold on.
Roll it out. Roll it out. But I think you should do more above too.
Oh,
Roll those bags out.
that'd be awesome. Just perfect lines down here and then just massive bubbles.
You roll it up to your forehead.
Yeah, just roll it to the back, just into the back of the neck.
Yeah, roll it to the side, get yourself your own bubble comb over. Um, I think you could, if something's always evolving, like you're like, okay, when did it start? But like so you're like, well, we couldn't go way, way back, but the NHL's really evolved in the last several years. And back when I came in, we had 21 teams. Now we have 32, and the hockey's and the athletes have never been better. It's never been faster. So you could definitely look at 2016. I have a question about 2016. Why did they pick
They
2016?
didn't
Was
really
it
say. They didn't really
okay?
say that
So
was.
here's one I'll throw at you, because people like to have a start, like a jumping off point for something. They just don't like it when you can merge in, like COVID, when they went to the bubble, okay, and we came out of the bubble, and then we started introducing fans again, and this and that. Was that another time where there was like evolved a little bit more, where it took that next step, where players were away, there was uncertainty, then they were playing in buildings with nobody in them, and then it kind of evolved out of that. You
I
could
always think.
also, you,
I always just think it's just equipment that evolves the game to another level. Like when you go from steel blades to plastic blades.
well, if you grab a stick. And the sticks, look at how much they've evolved since even a couple years ago. It's insane. And the skates, and
Maybe
when we
not. Maybe it's goalie pads or goalie skates. That was the next evolution change when they started wearing those different skates and pads.
could be, and the other thing is too is the training that these guys, how they're training to perform now, like the science behind what they're doing away from the ice, off the ice. Like you give a good athlete an old wooden stick and they'll still figure out a way, like what I mean, they've trained, they're ready, they're fast twitch muscles, or they different things. Now you give them
Sure.
the high end piece of equipment that they skate and use today. It's like I mean, Sherwood 70/30, is it? Isn't that what you made
50-30.
famous? But yeah, I think that's a good question. I would just say
Feather light.
oh, featherlight, and if you could lift it over your head, you were a strong man.
Oh, oh.
So it's a good way to think about it. I think you could definitely say 16 is a place where things game is so much more modernized now. It's evolved, and the pace of play is incredible. One of the things I did notice about the American League game compared to some of the NHL games is obviously NHL games are a lot more structured, but there's not. It's so fast now. That there's not as much hitting in the NHL as there used to be, which allows, and not as much clutch and grabbing, which allows the game to evolve to be even faster than it's ever been. So Like if you run into a guy, you're hooking and holding, it slows things down. I noticed the American League was much more physical. I wouldn't say much more, but it was more physical. And it could have just been two teams that didn't like each other in Henderson and Tucson because they're going to play each other 6 times in a row.
6 times in a row.
Yeah, that's what happens out in the Western Division of the American Hockey League.
They go in a row. They don't. What?
Same thing happens.
3 and 3, or do they do three like boards that go 1-1-1-1?
They go back to back. They went Saturday, Sunday in Henderson. I think tonight when we're doing this is Wednesday. I think they're Wednesday tonight in Tucson, and then probably Friday. But that's what happens out in the Western Division because
Made them live in Vegas for 3 games, and then
that's what you want is a team that's been in Vegas for 3 days. You're like, yeah, we'll play them. Pretty easy to
general manager's been gambling all the money trying to get a new bus.
Well, and you know what? Here's the other thing about it. Back in the day, they could orchestrate how they wanted things to go for us. So it wasn't a big deal. But nowadays, that doesn't work with these guys. So I remember years ago, Toronto came into town and everyone was having a hard time playing in Vegas. And so Toronto decided they were going to stay way out of town. Well, they ended up losing like 6 or 7 to 1. So it doesn't matter where you stay. The players will figure out what they want to do or what they don't want to do. You just got to try and narrow their focus for 60 minutes, right? So
It's that's a tough grind. That's that AHL. Yeah, tough grind.
well, and the Western Conference, the AHL is kind of the fun place to be because but then you end up playing like you do. Like Henderson played, I think it was San Diego like 5 times in a row early in the season. So they're playing Tucson like it's like a playoff series, right? So you could kind of get some really good things out of that, like some rivalry and some, you get to know them
Then
really well.
you don't see each other for 2 years.
Yeah, and then you don't, yeah, then but it's all on cost, right? So they set it up and okay, you're going to go down to Tucson. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to go, but it could be a Monday or it could be a Wednesday, Friday, Saturday in Tucson. That's just the way it goes. So
Where did you fly this week? Did you work?
I'm working. Yep.
Where are you?
San Diego right now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you know what? We're in a different part of San Diego today, Point Loma, actually. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm on the what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. That's my payroll right there. I'm big Las Vegas, come visit us. But I got to tell you, San Diego, I could do this in a heartbeat. I've texted Flats this morning. Go Flats loves his fishing. Their boats and all this stuff. It's awesome here. So yeah.
How's
San
he
Diego,
doing?
it's
I
awesome.
like San Diego. I like La Jolla. Yeah. I used to, there's a comedy club there, a comedy store in La Jolla, and it's right next to a Ferrari dealership, and it always makes me laugh. I'm like, and right across the street from a Supercuts, Ferrari, and comedy. None of those fit together.
Nothing. Hey, you know who I ran into last night? An old friend, and he comes and sees you all the time. Shane McSheehy.
How's Shane doing?
Shane's awesome. Yeah.
Who's he flying for?
Flying for some family now. An old friend of mine I used to fly in the Grand Canyon with. Great guy, big hockey fan, big supporter of Orange Slices and Jeff and Ian.
Nice.
Their careers. So yeah, Shane flies for a living. I met him when I was out to Grand Canyon. McSheehy family, awesome. His brother Robbie is up in Anchorage, flying for. I think they're called Ace. Anyways, they're really good people. And
I like
Shane's
Shane a lot.
he's one. This guy. I mean, Chuck Yeager in aviation, well, Shane McSheehy in aviation. That guy's he can do it all.
I've ran
Yeah,
into him in different places. He was because once you guys left the Grand Canyon, he basically went into corporate right away, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So he flies for a family, and this guy's awesome. He's upper echelon, like he's like he more like a Sidney Crosby kind of pilot now. Because I'd say Celebrini, but he's a little bit more of a veteran. Like this guy's really something. So great guy.
It just takes him down. I have no place.
No, I
What
mean
about
Sidney
Sidney
Crosby.
Crosby?
What if I said you were the Sidney Crosby
Thick legs,
comedy? You'd be
thick
like,
legs, big butt. More of a Sidney Crosby.
he's got really thick ankles, and so he had a hard time getting around the ice. But yeah,
Shane's great. Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome. I love San Diego a lot. I'm going to Edmonton this week. Last week I was in Milwaukee. Here's my
Oh my goodness, that's you've been freezing it out, eh?
and it was minus 19
Oh God.
in Milwaukee. And people are, what are you gonna do? I'm like, look out the window of the hotel. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna go. I mean, one other thing, I'm just gonna go down and see the Laverne and Shirley statue and put my lips on that and be stuck to it. Um,
And you know one thing about Milwaukee, great people, but it is
Great
always a
people.
little bit of a breeze there. So minus 19, that's not cold enough. They're going to throw a little wind at you too. That's what I remember most about Milwaukee. You can
Yeah.
always count on a breeze in Milwaukee.
And flying over from Chicago, it's calm, 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 and you're about to land, and you're gonna grab your ankles, and you're gonna grab your face on the roof, and you're gonna grab your ankles, and you're gonna grab your face on the roof. Like, oh my God, this is awesome. But on the way back, I had it planned out because so it was cold, but the snow was starting on Sunday. So I took the 6 a.m. flight out, make sure I'd missed the snow that started at noon. All right.
Oh, so you learned from was it Lexington where you got stuck?
Someplace. No, I can't remember. Oh, Dayton.
Dayton,
So,
sorry.
so, so what happens? We get out to the runway and we got a little bit of a mechanical problem. We're gonna go back to the. I didn't get out of Milwaukee until noon.
Oh,
Um,
you had a fun day.
and it's just a happy-go-lucky. But then the good news was when I finally got on a plane in Chicago, it was a 777, and I just lied back and kept going and kept going down in this lie down bed and slept all the way to LA. So I was I'm a princess.
I feel like there was a little bit of bragging going on at the end of that. Like at the further what you went back, you just kept thinking, I'm better than everyone else,
Yeah, I
better than
just
all you people.
the
Yeah.
best part, you know what the best part was? It was United loves to put seats that face backwards, right? So you're taking off and you're like, something about this doesn't feel right. Right? As you're
Oh,
taking
that's right. They got to offset them so they'll fit. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So you're looking the wrong way, and everybody else is looking, kind of nervous as we're taking off. They're looking at you, and you're looking back at them. It makes me laugh every time I have to stare at everybody down the aisle. Hey guys, my seat doesn't look forward. But
Hey, so didn't you like when you saw this coming, you like didn't I know you're gonna get all heated at me when I say this word, but like doesn't like Southwest or somebody fly nonstop from Milwaukee to
no,
LA or
don't.
something?
No, they
They don't.
don't. Nobody flies direct to LA. So I'm not
Really?
heated at you, but yes, I looked. What was great is John was home way before me. Oh, I flew American through Phoenix. Yeah, that's great, John. Good for you.
Yeah, but what he didn't tell you is that he also flew it through DFW and Miami. So he didn't tell you about the other two stops he made. He forgot about that and just added Phoenix because when it comes to travel, John, he likes to stop.
You know what the best part about John is he's got that lounge pass, right? He goes to the lounge after he's landed.
We got to get some snacks for the drive
He
home.
does. He gets some snacks, has a little drink, has snacks, and so funny. We have a guy that lives in our neighborhood that works for, I'm not going to say if it's Amazon or Google Travel, but he's very high echelon, like a vice president in their world, and he's able to go to lounges wherever he wants. Like he's invited to every lounge, right? Even when he's not even flying that his partner was flying the other day and he's like, well, let's go to the Qantas lounge because they have a sit down lunch. They went and had sit down lunch at the Qantas lounge and he wasn't even flying. I'm like, oh my God, that's weird.
It's awesome.
Yeah, but
Awesome.
we were talking about lounges though, and he was talking about Qantas and how great it is. And I was like, no. And he goes, why don't you like it? I go, because when we were in Australia, I went into that lounge and they had curry. They were feeding people curry before putting them on a tube. I thought that was dangerous as hell.
Did you write in the comment card?
Yeah, no curry. We were flying from Sydney to Perth, which is basically New York to Los Angeles, and they're feeding people curry and just a line up for the bathroom. Anyways,
All right. Well, where do you go from there, Lord Bagg?
where do you
Gonna
go?
roll it out? Do
Gonna
you ever
roll
roll
it
your nose? Like just to get the bumps out of your nose?
right in the middle one, the middle one.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, exactly. Not too much.
Get my frown line out.
Yeah. All right. Anything exciting? Anything else you want to talk about? We're
No,
getting
let's
closer to
talk.
the
Let's
Olympics, but
before we get out of here, we're going to Hawaii in a couple weeks
oh, okay.
with some friends of ours, and we're going to Maui. My wife is leaving while I'm still in Vancouver.
Yeah.
She's
I
going
would, you know what? I
away for
wish we
three
could have
days
taped that
without me.
conversation. I really do.
What's that?
I wish we could have. Why don't you let everybody know how that conversation went? She was not.
Hey, hey, we're going to Maui. Well, I'm in Vancouver until Sunday, so I'll fly back on Sunday, and then we'll go from there. She goes, "Well, I don't know why you'd come back on Sunday because I'm already going to be in Maui." I'm just
That's
like,
my favorite. I'm going with or without you, and it
yeah,
looks like I'm going without you.
I'm,
How great's that?
I don't need you.
You
I'm
know,
like,
and the thing is I'm sure Dr. Cab, you
Dr.
know,
Cap.
she isn't afraid to throw the odd sentence enhancer in there, which you kept that G rated. Thank you for so we can keep our rating, our gold star standard rating. But um, yeah, it's I'll tell you right now, that's awesome. I'm going, and I don't care. Really, I don't
What
care
are you
if you're
dumb?
coming.
What are you
That's
dumb? I'm getting on the plane on Thursday.
yeah,
I'm like, well, they're
that's
not
awesome.
getting there until Friday. Sure, I don't give a shit.
Well, Cab's taking the Olympic break. She's like, the season's shutting her down for 3 weeks. I'm shutting her down. I'm on the road.
Yes.
So,
We're gonna
good.
be there. We're gonna be there during the Super Bowl. What are we gonna do for the Super Bowl?
Oh, I'm sure there's lots to do. You
Do
know
they,
what? I did
they believe in
ask,
football there?
uh, I think they might put it on. Here's one for you. I did ask, and I got to give Maui credit. Um,
Did you just give a whole island credit?
I just gave the whole island credit because it still blows me away. When the Four Nations was on, we were over there last year, and I said to them, I go, hey, I walked in this one bar across from the roller rink, which we're gonna actually maybe we'll do the pod from the roller rink that Randy Morton opened in 1997 when he was over there. There's a roller rink in Maui, and the kids are out ripping around on literally 50 feet from the beach. And I went into the bar and I said, hey, any chance that we could watch the final, which was Canada US in the Four Nations? He goes, any chance? He goes, it's going to be on every TV in here. Like, that's when I knew. I was like, hockey, it's arrived in the islands. I love it. So, yeah, I don't think we'll have a problem finding football either. But yeah,
Mm. Well, I'm
yeah.
looking forward to it. I've been to Maui once. I don't know where we're staying, but the last time I stayed in a Marriott right beside a Costco.
Really, that's over by the airport, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't
So,
too.
yeah,
No, I think we drove
never
over.
know when you might want to leave. So that's good.
Yeah,
Keep it close.
yeah. OGG.
Do you
That's
know why they got OGG? That's the three-letter identifier.
why.
Is there was a fellow over there years ago named Jim Hogg, and they named the airport after him. So the three-letter identifier, which every airport has, or city, whatever you want to call it, like Vancouver's YVR, uh, so San Diego's SAN, real like, but OGG for Jim Hogg, who is a aviation guru that was over in Maui. Yeah.
I always thought it had something to do with the town. Like that's. I had no idea you could name it after a person.
Neither did I in the islands. I didn't, Honolulu's HNL, so like, different ones, but so three-letter identifiers we're going over today. What's Terrace's three-letter identifier? You should know this like the back of your hand.
YXT.
Good. We're
I have
gonna
a
have to start
I have a
quizzing. We're gonna have
YVR.
to.
I have a YVR shirt, but I want a YXT shirt.
We should quiz some of the. We'll quiz Jamie next week. We're gonna ask her what the three-letter identifier for her hometown is.
That's really funny.
Yeah, yeah. So okay, any shout
We should
outs?
ask. We should ask
Yeah,
everybody that comes on this show.
yeah.
So you live there? What's your three-letter identifier?
What do you got to finish with?
I guess we should do a shout out, right?
Okay.
My shout out is we have somebody new helping us on the show, Emmy Fuentes. Fuentes. I'm probably saying his name wrong.
Well, he'll probably
Emmy,
edit this
Emmy,
part
would you
out
like
anyways.
Emmy, would you like to come on and tell people how to say your name?
Sure, it's Funes, Emmy Funes. Pretty close though.
Yeah.
We'll call you Foxtrot.
Go
Michael
by EMI.
Foxtrot is now joining the show.
Emmy
That
Foxtrot.
three-letter acronym is EMI.
Yeah, that's
EMI?
funny, EMI. Emmy, tell everybody what you're all about and how I know you and where you came from and how you ended up with us.
Well, I first met Ian working at.
Want to show us your face?
Sure. I mean, it's a little
This
disheveled right
good-looking
now.
young man, I'll tell you, with a great beard.
Strong
Let
face.
me just connect real quick again through my phone.
Wasn't expecting this. I just thought we'd bring him on.
Yeah.
I need a roll.
And Emmy's and I'll just while Emmy's doing that, Emmy's going to be helping us with booking guests, keeping Jeff and I on a schedule, making sure social media gets out and cutting that up, and being our liaison between guests and stuff like that. And so yeah. There he is. There's Emmy.
There he is.
Hey guys.
So I met Ian working with Adam Carolla, who's a very popular podcaster. And the many times that Ian came onto the show, we connected. We worked a little on a show that I was working on. He came on as a guest, and then he hounded me until I finally decided to say yes to working with Mr. Bagg here.
Yeah, we're thrilled to have you. We're thrilled to have you helping us out, and it's great for you to drop by and have the facial hair of the show. We just try to.
That's great beard, though. It's good
Great
facial
beard.
hair.
Oh,
Strong
thanks.
beard. Strong beard. So my shout out goes to you this week. Thanks for coming to help us out and try to take us to another level. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for bringing me on, guys.
Awesome. Jeff, where's your shout out?
My shout out.
I brought my shout out actually onto the show.
Yeah, exactly. Once again, you Del Griffith me one better. I can't believe you did that. I thought if you're going to bring Emmy on, you totally trumped me. But okay, my shout out actually is a really good one too, because it happened last weekend, and I'm just going to make it a good one. Actually, so shout out to the VGK, Vegas Gold Knights, and the Henderson Silver Knights, and our good friend, Brian McCormick, BMAC, for working and doing Las Vegas Thunder Night with the HSK last weekend against Tucson Roadrunners. We already talked about it, but the guys wore Las Vegas Thunder uniforms, which was unbelievable. And they were introduced as the Las Vegas Thunder and Las Vegas Thunder goal. And in-game was awesome, and they treated us just really well. And on top of the shout outs, I got to shout out my lovely wife Michelle, who actually was the brains and of the vanity, of course, behind it all, organizing all of our players, which is kind of like trying to herd cats sometimes. But she did a great job getting in touch with everybody, working with BMAC at the Henderson Silver Knights. So I will leave it at this. A shout out to everybody and all the guys that made time to come and spend it with us. But Tom Petty, remember years ago on Rockline, I forget the guy, Bob Colburn, I think was the guy that interviewed him. He goes, Tom Petty, he goes, you've done this, you've done that. What would you most like to be remembered for? And he goes, I just like to be remembered. So I want to thank the VGK and the HSK for remembering the Las Vegas Thunder because that's pretty special and was a great night. So hopefully we can do it again and get more of the Thunder alumni to come because I think the people of Vegas are always really good to us, but I think we could just really build it into something. So we'll see.
Nice. That's a great shout out. Loved all.
Loved all.